Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this partner update session of idyn with our Connected 365 app. Richard will take us away to the new updates of Connected 365. If you have any questions, please address them to the question tab. And after the update of Richard, we're going to handle all questions. So I'm giving the word to my colleague. He will give the presentation of the update of the Connected 365 app.
Today we will be talking about the update for Q1 of 2024 and we will talk about the releases between Q4 of previous year and Q1 of this year. So first of all, we have the release for February that contains an update for the add fields action, which now also clean lines, which includes line renumbering, which makes it easier to update the definition after using that add fields function. We also have an automatic page refresh in the exports and imports, which will allow us to update the definition lines after you've added functions or filters or output conditions, so we can directly see how many of each are available in a definition line. We've also added a new parameter in the logging to allow for automatic cleaning with a user-defined number of days. And you can see that we have a separate parameter string for that available, where you can define a number of days in that string. Next up, we have the OAuth2 authorization for the client credential and custom command flows. We've added two fields. We've added the scope and the resource URL, which are now available for those types of authorizations. And lastly, we have fixed the contains function, which did not give any output back, and which now returns the correct output with yes or no, depending on if the field contains the value that we search. Then we have the Q1 release, which was released in March. There we have additional checks for the external identifier in the import to minimize transactions on the importer record table. This should improve the performance for the import processing. We have the intercompany method, where we made a change in the import log entries. In the intercompany method, it was possible to import in the same company, which added the logging to the export log entry. Now that's added as a separate import log entry. Then we have the OAuth2 authorization, where we now have support for form URL encoded and form data content when you use custom command flows, which was previously only using the JSON content. And then we have two new beta features. We have a new key links experience, which is used for both import and export to get the same experience in both definition types. And that will also allow for multiple instances of the same table in an import definition. And then we have the beta feature for the new filter experience, which will allow us to use standard Business Central filter strings. So let's take a look at some of these new features and changes. First up, we have the add fields functionality, which now automatically cleans the lines after usage. When you add lines manually, and that will also allow not enough space in between the lines available. If the clean lines functionality is performed after the add fields functionality, this will also reset the lines, so you can add new lines after as well without any issue. Then, as mentioned, we have the new parameter string for the log cleaning code unit, which can be configured in the job queue entry. There you can set it to have the parameter string clear log entries underscore days, which with a user-defined number of days. Previously, this was only possible to clean all the logging or up to 7 days ago. Now you can specify your own number of days. For instance, in this example, you see 30 days, which will leave 30 days of logging available, and everything older than that it will clean up. Then we have the change in the OAuth2 authorizations for the custom grant flows, which now support form URL encoded and form data content. Please note that this is only available if you use custom content lines instead of the custom definitions. Those will still support JSON and XML. However, if you use custom content lines, the form URL encoded and form data content will also be available. Then we have our first new beta feature, the new filter experience. This will allow us to use standard Business Central filter functionality and filter strings, which were previously partially supported. As you can see in the example, we have some filter strings for in between and greater or equal than that are now usable. And you can also see that we can filter on enter strings using the single quotes. Besides that, we also support standard variables like today, month, user, and company, and many more, which will translate to an actual value before setting the filter. Please note that enabling this feature will modify existing definitions. It will also back up current definitions before making the changes. And that also means that if you want to disable the feature, that this won't be modified back automatically. Then we have our second beta feature, and that's the new key links experience. And here we have changed the way that key links are displayed and connected to definition lines, both for import and export definitions, where you can now see the number of key links related to a data item in the definition lines. This will also allow us to use multiple instances of the same table or same data item in import definitions, which wasn't officially supported in previous releases. And also for this beta feature, please also know that here it's also worth mentioning that if you enable this feature, this will also modify existing definitions to relink those key links to the lines. And the last thing that we will discuss in this session are the updated help links. We now use Confluence for our knowledge base and for our manuals, and the links from the app from ConnectIT are also changed to reflect this. So you can get to the help pages from every ConnectIT page, as well as the role center, which also contains a link to our help page in Confluence.
So thank you, Richard, for the update of ConnectIT 365. If you want to know more, it's on our website. You can find the ConnectIT 365 page. There's also some videos available, some tutorials. There's also a direct link to the help function. It's in the app, but also through our website. We received one question related to the beta functions, so the new filter and key link experience. They will be available at the end of this week. So with the update coming, those will be available, and you can find them directly in the setup card of ConnectIT. You have a function enable beta features, and from there you can enable them. There's a small warning, so you have to click twice. That was the question we received, so we just wait a second if there are more questions to the solution. As I mentioned this morning already during the sales update, ConnectIT 365 is free of charge for internal use, for demo purposes, of course. If you want to use it for demo purposes, but if you want to use it in your own BC system, that's also free of use, so you can use without any subscription. Just reach out to us to sales@idyn.nl. And from a pricing point of view, the first interface for the customer is also free of charge. So if you install ConnectIT 365 and you want to have add just one interface for the customer, just reach out to us and we're going to move the trial key into a subscription key with no charge. And if you want to upgrade to multiple interfaces, just send us an email and we send a quote and we finalize subscription, and then you can use the same key with more interface definitions in the subscription. So there are no more questions for now. So we're going to end this session. Hopefully you join after lunch at 1 o'clock with the SHIP 365 update by André. So thank you for watching and listening to us. If you have any questions, just reach out to us. This recording will be mailed later on. Of this video will be mailed to you later on if you have subscribed to this session. Thank you very much. Bye bye.